we have a AFCAT 2016 paper. AFCAT stands for Air Force Common Admission Test. This test contains 100 questions. Each particular section has got 100 questions in all. So the first section of these FCAT test is your quant test section, quantitative aptitude, where you receive questions of maths. Then you have a logical reasoning section. In this particular section, you have questions of logical reasoning, and this combinedly called as aptitude section. Then you have a section of English where you receive questions of grammar, English grammar and passage and all. And there is a section of GK or the general knowledge. Okay, so these four sections comprises a total 100 questions. So this is the basic structure of the AFCAT exam. Now let us go for the questions one by one. So the first question is, choose the word that best defines the given phrase. Okay, there are phrases given. We need to understand the meaning and tell the option which gives the best explanation of the phrase given. So the first phrase that is given is beats me. The meaning of beats me is to not understand. Okay, the meaning of phrase is to not understand. Okay, for example, it beats me how he came first. So that means he is not able to digest, or he is not able to accept, or not able to understand how his competitor had come first. So the right answer becomes option C, to not understand. Next question. Now, again, we are supposed to find out, there is a phrase given. We are supposed to pick the right meaning of it. The phrase is cloak and dagger. So the ultimate phrase cloak and dagger means like a spy. Option number D, like a spy. If somebody works as a cloak and dagger to his wife, that means he is working as an investigating eye to his wife. Okay, otherwise the word clock, if you see separately, the word clock here means clock is the meaning, or the word, or is kind of a cloth. It is a kind of a cloth. And if you know the word meaning of dagger, the meaning of dagger is nothing but a kind of a weapon. Okay, it is a kind of a weapon. Okay, but when they are get combined, they become a phrase that is called as clock and dagger, and the meaning is like a spy. Okay, so in question number 3, what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to see this phrase and be able to answer. We are supposed to see these words, and we should be able to tell by seeing this phrase that what is the right answer out of them. To be at once, to be at the end of one's tether. Okay, what does this mean? So if you have a look at the option, to feel offended, that means somebody is feeling offended that because of some act. Somebody is feeling nervous, that what is offended means feeling nervous or feeling reactive to something. And the next one is to draw moral attention. Somebody wants to seek attention of someone. So this is what it means, to drag the moral attention, to have no resources left. And the last one is to think deeply. And the right answer is to have no resources left. If somebody is very tired, and he has no power left, or he's lacking any of the strength, that's what is the phrase used for. To be at once, to be the end of one's tether means to be at the lack of strength, lack of resources, everything. That's what is option C. So the right meaning of this particular phrase is to have no resources left. Question number 4 is asking for to find out the meaning of this phrase, I don't buy it. So the meaning of this particular phrase is to not be convinced. Meaning of this phrase is to not be convinced. If somebody is not convinced by the argument of someone, so he'll say, I don't buy your arguments, or I don't buy your statements. So this is what is I don't buy it means. Next. Now there is a paragraph given, and there are gaps in the paragraphs, and they are numbered as 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, as they are the question numbers. We are supposed to fill whatever option out of these available should come at that particular position. So let us read the paragraph. Life is an dash series of challenges and opportunity to be seized. Okay, so we need to understand life is a dash series of challenges, opportunity. Let us go by the option. The first option is enticing. Enticing actually means attractive. Attractive. Next word is exciting. Exciting we very well know. Exciting means something that excites. And charming. And charm is something which is charmful. Okay, which is charmful to see. Enhancing. Enhancing is something which can expand or that is expanding. Okay, so if you see out of these all four options, life is an exciting series of challenges and opportunity. That should be the right answer. So the option number B should come here. Life is an exciting series. Now again, we have to fill in the gap of 6. Let's keep on reading. To be seen, you have to plan for exercising the right career choice and dash the right opportunities. So we need to fill what should come here. Dash the right opportunities. Let's see the words catching. The opportunities are not caught. Offsetting. See, word offsetting means doing something to balance. The word offsetting means doing something to balance. Doing something to balance, but this cannot be fit in here. We are not the career choices are not done for something to balance. Third word is grabbing. Grabbing means to hold something. Okay, and the last word is conceiving. Conceiving here doesn't also fit, because we are supposed to fill that what should be, the right career choice and dash the right opportunities. So the right word is grabbing. Opportunities are always grabbed. So the right answer is grabbing. Question number 7. Now let's keep on reading. Planned dash rather than a hasty decision. Here the word hasty means hurriedly, something that is done in a very hurry. Okay, hurriedly, hasty. Planned dash rather than a hasty decision is dash as far as your career is concerned. So the word is planned what? Question, the option A is delay. Planned delay is nothing. Hindrance. Hindrance means obstruction to something. Okay, if something is obstructing your path, that is called as hindering, offering hindrance to the path. So planned hindrance is doesn't make any sense. Planned application is not that much suitable also. The word is planned execution. Okay, you plan your execution, that should fill the gap of 7. Rather than a hasty decision is dash as far as your career is concerned. That we'll see in the next question. 8. Planned execution rather than a hasty decision is dash as far as your career is concerned. Is, let's see the options. First is desirable, that is something you desire for. Deciphered, the word deciphered actually means to decide into, to decode into normal language. Okay, the word deciphered means to decode something into normal language. Okay, if something is written in the code form and if you code it back so that it gives you a natural language understanding, that is called as, to decode something back, that is called as back into normal language. Back into normal language, that is what is deciphered means. But that doesn't also make any sense here. Next one is inevitable. The word inevitable means that is unavoidable. Some situation or some event that cannot be avoided at all. That is what is called as unavoidable or inevitable. So that is also doesn't feel acceptable. So the right word should be desirable. You need hasty decision is desirable as far as your career is concerned. It should be desired. So the right answer is option A. 9th, you need to dash what occupational groups and dash type of organization are suitable for you. You need to dash what occupational groups. Okay, so we need to see, you need to check, you need to classify. Classify means segregate, to put into different categories. So that doesn't suit here. You need to divide. Why should we divide our occupational groups? So that is also not good. Analyze is not that. We are not, we don't want to remain analyzing our occupational group. We should rather check. We should first have a check over what our occupational groups are there. So the right answer is option A. Then again we have to fill the last one. What occupational groups dash and type of organization are suitable for you? So the right answer for the question number 10 should be qualification. Okay, what qualification you have, what degree you have, what academic proficiency you have, that's what should be the gap filled by 10. So the qualification is the right word. Qualification, you need to check what occupational groups and qualification and type of organization are suitable for you. So the right answer is C, qualification. Now we have to find out the correct word spelled. We need to check the spelling of these words. Okay, the first word is omnious and the right spelling is option C, omnious. What does the word omnious means? The word omnious means giving an impression that something bad is going to happen. But the word omnious means giving an impression that something bad is going to happen. That something bad is going to happen. Giving an impression that something bad is going to happen. That is what is word omnious means. Bad is going to happen. Okay, so that is just the meaning of the word. So the right answer is, that's right spelling is omnious is C. We have to again choose the correct spelled word, and the right answer is hindrance. And this is the right one, option number A, hindrance. That is the right answer. Okay, the word hindrance means obstruction. Okay, the word hindrance means obstruction or any difficulty. That is the meaning of this word, but the meaning is not asked here. They have asked for the spelling, and that is the right spelling, hindrance. A option is right. Choose the correct spelled word again. We have to look for the word of the spelling. Perjury is the word, and the option B has got the right spelling of that. And what is the word perjury means? Any criminal offense of making false statement under oath. What is perjury means? Criminal offense of making a false statement, and that too under a oath. Under a oath. So that is what is word perjury means, to make a criminal offense of making a false statement under the oath. That is the right spelling also. Again, we have to fill the right spelling. Reminiscence. The right answer is Reminiscence. That is the right answer. Reminiscence. What does the word reminiscence means? Recollecting past memories and experience. What is the meaning? Recollecting past experience. Recollecting past experience and meaning, and past experience and memory. Okay, this is what word reminiscence means, recollecting the past memory. So that is the right answer, option B. 15. Now here is a paragraph, and we have to read the paragraph and we have to answer from the paragraph itself. Let's read the paragraph. Recently a newspaper article mourned. So there are some words whose meaning are required. The word is mourned. The word mourned is related to sadness. Okay, if some, that means there is a sad news being announced. The word mourned here means a sad news has been announced. Recently a newspaper article mourned the total disappearance of the common house sparrow. Common house sparrow is a kind of a bird. This was a comment on the city's perceptible move towards the edging out. Edging out is a word. Perceptible means something that is related to perception. Okay, the word edging out, if you know the meaning of edging out, it means to beat someone out of the competition or to beat someone in a competition. Okay, let me write it here. The word edging out means to beat someone or to win a competition, to beat someone in a competition. Okay, that is what is edging out means in a competition. That is what is edging out means. Towards edging out, the flora and fauna are related to the beauty and the natural plantation and the waters available. That is what is flora and fauna related to. In the rapid urbanization, the word urbanization means the construction of buildings, constructions of road, construction of city, construction of the commercialization. Multi-storied apartments grew and large-scale felling of trees became necessary. Last week, however, 7 pairs of these sparrows were spotted in a suburb. Possibly the greenery of this place has created a new habitat for these birds, which like their proximity to human beings and have made a comeback. A systematic development of trees and shrubs all over the city could woo the absentee house sparrow to our midst. The word woo is different one. The word woo means here seek the support of. The word woo means seek the support of. Seek the support of. That is what is the word woo means. Seek the support of. Okay. So let us go for the question. In the passage, the term urbanization has been used to refer to. Urbanization is something related to construction in the city. Okay. Construction of building and all. So the right answer is option B. Construction of concrete structures on a large scale. That is what is urbanization means. Now, the second question is the phrase absentee house sparrow refers to, and the right answer is your C, the sparrow that has gone away from the urban areas. Okay, Absentee means somebody who's absent, who is not present. Absentee house sparrow. So it is clearly related to that house sparrow is not being present. And option C describe the same situation, the sparrow that has gone away from the urban area. So that is the right answer. Next, according to the passage, the birds have made a comeback to the suburb because, see here it mentions, last week, however, 7 pairs of sparrow were spotted in a suburb. Possibly the greenery of this place has created a new habitat for these birds which like their proximity to human beings. So there where the answer lies. They like the proximity, or they like to reside close to the human beings. So that should be the answer only, 17th. So it says love to be amidst of human being. Amidst means to be close, to remain close. That is the right answer. Option B, love to be amidst of human being, and that is what is the answer of the question is. Now we have next question. What we are supposed to do? Let us check. Let us open the paragraph. Choose word which is nearest in the meaning to given word. So we are supposed to find out the synonyms of these words. The first word is abdicate. So the meaning of abdicate is to give up. The meaning of the abdicate is to give up something or to leave something. To give up something or to leave something. So let's look at the synonyms. Okay, join, search, advance, and renounce. So the right word is renounce. Okay, the renounce word means also to give up or to leave. So this is the synonym of abdicate. That means to leave something. Next, acrimony. The word is acrimony, and we are supposed to find out the word that is nearest in the meaning of acrimony. The word acrimony means the feeling of ill or ill feeling. Okay, feeling bad. That is what is ill acrimony means. If you look at the word spleen, courtesy, oriented, scars. So the right matching is spleen. The spleen means, the word spleen means having a bad temper. Okay, and that is somewhat related to your ill feeling. So this should be the right answer. Courtesy means if somebody does a favor to you, you will say that because of his courtesy I could do this. So it's like a favor. Okay, so this should not match as the evil feeling. Oriented, if you are inclined towards something, you want to do something, that is what is called oriented. So that has no matching with ill feeling. And scars means lackness of something or shortage of something. That is again not at all related to your ill feeling. So the right answer is A, spleen. Now choose the word in the nearest meaning to the given word. Embellish. The word is embellish. So the word embellish means to make something attractive. The word embellish means to make something attractive by decorating it. Okay, by decorating it. That is what is embellish means. So if you look at the option, the word is employ, the word is arrange, decorate, and design. So the right answer becomes simply your decorate. So that is the right answer only, to decorate something. Okay, so the word damn squib, whose meaning is required. Okay, so the word damn squib means an event that is people think is going to be exciting, but it disappoints. Okay, it is an event which people think is going to be exciting, but it disappoints. So that is what is the thing term as damn squib. So if you look at the option is insignificant happening, an old technique, so it cannot be there. An unsuccessful attempt, this also cannot be there because it is not an attempt, it is an event, so it cannot be there. Short, shrill cry, no, not at all. So the right answer is A, insignificant happening. Now, what we are supposed to do in question, choose the word which is nearly opposite in the meaning of the given word. So we are supposed to find out the antonyms of these words. Okay, so the first word is sporadic. The first word is sporadic, and if you see the meaning of the word sporadic, it means something that is scattered and irregular or unpredictable incidences. Okay, irregular, that is you cannot bound them. Irregular happenings. Okay, irregular happenings of something, that is what is called as sporadic nature of happening something. Okay, so we have to find out the opposite of this word. So one is rare, so rare is almost similar to that, so it cannot be there. Frequent, so there is a word called frequent, then there is word called sharp, no connection of sharp. Then is coordinated, there is no coordination because that is irregular. So the right answer becomes B, frequent. That is the opposite. Frequent means something that keeps on happening. Okay, consecutively. So the right answer becomes B, frequent. 23. Choose the word which is nearly opposite in the meaning. The word is exonerate. Okay, if you look at the meaning of the word exonerate, exonerate means pronounce not guilty of criminal charges. Its opposite is should be something else. So what does exonerate means? Pronounce that. That means it announce. The word exonerate is a legal word which means announce that that the criminal charges do not hold. Criminal charges do not hold, or the person is not guilty. Do not hold on somebody, or the person is not guilty. Announce that person is not guilty. Okay, that is what is exonerate legally means. Okay, so the word opposite to this should be if the person is accused or person is guilty. So the right word is C, accuse. So this means this is the opposite of exonerate. Next question. The word is exodus. The exodus means mass departure. If people depart the from a city or from a country or from a state, that is called as mass departure. Mass departure. Okay, and that is what is called as exodus. Okay, so the word mass has to be there. It has to be in a very large group. Let us look at the word options. First is homecoming. No, it cannot be there. Influx, restoration. No. Return, come back. So these are not the words. The right answer is influx, which again means, which is opposite in the meaning of exodus. Influx is coming. Okay, coming back in a mass. That is what is exodus mean. Coming back in mass. Okay, if large number of people come back to their places or to where they had departed from, that is what is called as influx. And mass departure means to leave some place in a mass, in a large number. So the opposite of exodus is exactly influx. Next, choose the word which is nearly opposite in the meaning. Again, we have to find out the opposite of relinquish. Okay, first of all, relinquish. The word relinquish means to give up. The word relinquish means to give up something. So its opposite should be that is not giving up, that is keeping with ourselves. So first word is cede. The cede again means leaving something or give up, giving up something. Abdicate is again means leaving something or giving up something. Deny is refusal, not to accept is called deny. So that cannot be the opposite. So the right word is possess. The word possess means to keep something with us. Okay, to keep, right? So the right opposite of the word possess of the word relinquish is possess, to keep with ourselves. Next, now explain the meaning of the following idioms. So we are supposed to explain the meaning of the idioms given. The first idiom is all and sundry. Okay, so the right meaning of the all and sundry phrase is taking everybody without any discrimination. The meaning is taking everybody without any discrimination, and that is the option A itself. Everybody without any discrimination, and that is part of the option A itself. Okay, so all and sundry means no discrimination, taking everybody. So that is the A answer. Next, choose the word, explain the meaning of the following phrase again, or the idiom to play second fiddle. The phrase to play second fiddle means to have a subordinate role to someone or something. So that is the right word. That is the right option. To have a subordinate position. If there is a boss ahead of you, he is at the first position in the office, and you are the second position, or you are the assistant, or you are at the second position. So that is what is called as to play second fiddle and the subordinate position of someone. Next, choose the word, explain the meaning of the following idiom. A wolf in sheep's clothing. A wolf in sheep's clothing means if there is a pile of sheep and there's a wolf there which is wearing the sheep's clothing. So that is the literary meaning, but it is a phrase, so it has an indirect meaning also. And the right answer is to be hypocrite. Hypocrite is a person who has got double standards. Okay, hypocrite is a person who has got double standard and double opinion on a same thing. So that is what is called as hypocrite, and that is the real meaning of wolf in a sheep's clothing. Next, choose the word, explains the meaning of the following idioms. A blue stockings. The phrase blue stocking means a woman having literary taste and learning, or a very intellectual woman. Okay, or very intellectual woman. That is what is a blue stocking word means. So that is the right answer. Next is Yeoman service. Okay, the word is yeoman, the phrase is yeoman service, and the right answer is an efficient or useful help. If somebody is actually offering the right help that is required at that point of a time, so we will call it as that he has offered me a yeoman service. What is exactly required, and he has offered you that, and that is beneficial for you. So the right answer is D. Next, choose the most appropriate answer. The book A China Passage was written by. So this is a GK section. The book China Passage, if you see the question, China Passage was written by John Kenneth Galbraith. The right answer is John Kenneth Galbraith. In this book, he wrote about his visit to China. What is the content of this book? Is his experiences, his reminiscences of his visit to China between, and the age or the era was 4th of September 4th of September 20 4th of September 1972. Okay, this was the era when he visited the China, and about that experiences he has written in the book called as a China Passage, and the writer is John Kenneth or J.K. Galbraith. That is the right answer. Now, there is another one. Global 500 awards are given for outstanding achievement in which of the following fields? Okay, so if you look at the right options, there are population control, elimination of literacy, and the right answer is protection of environment. Okay, Global 500 awards are the awards given by Global 500. Who gives these awards? The awards given by Global 500 Environment Forum. Global 500 Environment Forum. This is the agency that gives these awards. Okay, and this awards are given for outstanding performance in the environment protection. Okay, so this is the right answer. Next, Pulitzer Prize is awarded for outstanding work in the field of which, and the right answer is literature and journalism. In this field, these Pulitzer prizes are given. Okay, and the Pulitzer Prize and award for achievement in newspaper. Other fields than this, literature and journalism, are newspaper writing, that is also part of journalism only, newspaper, and online journalism, that is also associated with online journalism, that is print media and everything journalism. That is also the field of this. Literature is obviously there, it is written, and musical composition also. This award is given for the musical composition also. Okay, so this is what is the area of Pulitzer Prize, and this award is given by United States, that is US. So this is the little briefing about this particular award. Let's go to the next one. 34. National emblem. National emblem for which has four lions standing back to back is an adaptation from which of the following? So the right answer is Sarnath lions. The national emblem has been adopted from Sarnath lion. Okay, this four lions standing, in which the four lions are standing back to back. This emblem has got four lions standing back to back. Okay, and this has been adopted from Sarnath, and this Sarnath is famous for being King Ashoka's capital. King Ashoka's capital. This is famous for Ashoka's capital, and this emblem has been adopted on 26 January 1950. This is with the time when these emblem have been accepted. So the right answer is Sarnath lions, that is A. Now the next one. Which of the following books is written by Arnold Toynbee? Okay, the right answer is Mankind and Mother Earth. This is the answer, Mankind and Mother Earth. Okay, it is written by prominent world historian Arnold Joseph Toynbee, which summarizes his magnus opus earlier in his career with an afterword cautioning against nuclear proliferation. So, what does this book tell about? The after effects of nuclear proliferation. Proliferation, that means excessive nuclear testing. Proliferation means excessive. Proliferation means excessive nuclear testing. So this book talks about after effects of nuclear proliferation. That is the right answer. Option A, Mankind and Mother Earth. Now, which one of the following is the petroleum wax? And the right answer is paraffin wax. That is option A. That is the petroleum wax. What is the paraffin wax? It is obtained from petroleum by dewaxing light lubricating oil stocks. Light lubricating oil stocks. This is where it is obtained from. This is where it is obtained from. Stocks. Okay. It is used in candle. Where it is used? It is used in candles. It is also used in wax paper. It is also used in polishes. These are the different uses of this paraffin wax polishes, and a lot of electrical insulators also. It assists in extracting perfumes from flower also. There are multiple uses of this thing. So the right answer is A, paraffin wax. 37. Who among the following is not a recipient of the Bharatiya Gyanpith Award? Who has not received Bharatiya Gyanpith Award? And the right answer is M.F. Hussain. He is the only one who has not received the Bharatiya Gyanpith Award. Who was M.F. Hussain? Who was a famous painter. Internationally acclaimed famous painter. So that is the right answer, M.F. Hussain. Next, which city will host the 2022 Commonwealth Games? Which city has hosted rather to the 2022 Commonwealth Games? And the right answer is Durban, South Africa. This is the country who has hosted 2022 Commonwealth Games. So the right answer becomes B, Durban, South Africa. Next, who was the person behind conversion of East India Company from trading company into a regional power? Okay, this is the question. Who was the person behind conversion of East India Company from a trading company into a regional power? And the right answer is Lord Clive. Okay, Lord Clive converted the East India Company into a regional power after winning the Battle of Plassey. There was a famous Battle of Plassey held between East India Company and the Indian Nawab Sirajuddaulah. So, Battle of Plassey. This is where the East India Company converted into from a trading company into a regional power. Battle of Plassey. Next, which of the following Asian countries celebrates its independence on 4th February? And the right answer is simply Sri Lanka. Okay, Sri Lanka is the one whose Independence Day is celebrated on 4th of Feb every year. That is the right answer. Now, natural radioactivity was discovered by whom? So, natural radioactivity was discovered by Henry Becquerel. Okay, Henry Becquerel was the scientist who discovered radioactivity, and the year in which he discovered this was 1896, long back. This is when he discovered the radioactivity. Okay, so the question is, the present chairman of ISRO is, see, this paper is 2016 paper, 2016 year paper. So at that point of time, the chairman of ISRO was Mr. A.S. Kiran Kumar. So that is the right answer. Option number C. If you have the knowledge of the present ISRO chairman, under the leadership of whom the Chandrayaan-3 has been launched in 2023, then the present chairman of ISRO is Mr. S. Somnath, and he is the 10th chairman of ISRO. He is the 10th chairman of ISRO, and he has been appointed this post of ISRO chairman on January 2023. Has been appointed as ISRO chief on January 2023. At that time, in 2016, the chairman of ISRO was A.S. Kiran Kumar. Okay, the question is, who was the viceroy when the Simon Commission visited India? And the right answer of this question is Lord Irwin. Okay, the Simon Commission was established under the guidance of the Vice President of Lord Irwin, Vice President Lord Irwin, by the Council of India. It was established by the Council of India when the Vice President was Lord Irwin, Council of India. So the right answer is C. Next, Mahatma Gandhi left South Africa to return India in. As we know, the Mahatma Gandhi was in Africa, was practicing law there, and then he visited India back. Then he came back India, arrived India in the year 1915, and then he started his all movements to set up India free, and this was his permanent move towards India. So that is the right answer, 1915. Next, a Battle of Plassey was fought in, and the right answer is A, 1757. Battle of Plassey was fought on 23rd of June, 1757. That is the precise date, and it was fought between British India. It was fought between British East India Company, rather British East India Company, and the another opponent was the Nawab of Bengal, Nawab of Bengal, and his French ally, establishing company rule in South Asia, which expanded over much of the Indies for the next 190 years. After this particular war, the British India Company, who was here to do the business in India, converted itself into a powerful organization and who ruled India for almost 190 years after that. And then India got set free in 1947. This Battle of Plassey was very famous battle, and it was fought on the banks of Bhagirathi River, and the place is located 150 kilometer to the north of 1 kilometer to the north of Calcutta. This is the place located where the Battle of Plassey was fought. Next question. Mangalyaan Mars Orbital Mission, or MOM, was launched in, and the Mangalyaan mission was launched in the year November 2013. So that is the right answer. This was launched precisely on 5th of November 2013. 5th of November 2013 by the Indian Space Organization, Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO. It was launched by ISRO on 5th of November 2013. Next, Ruhr of India, known for its rich coal deposits in the state of. So Ruhr of India is in the which state? So the right answer is Jharkhand. It's known as for its rich coal deposits. There is a rich coal deposits. Lots of coal mines are there in the area of Jharkhand. Rich coal deposits in the area of Jharkhand. Next, the Indian space program began in, and the right answer is Indian space program began in 1960. Not 61. It began in 1962. That is the right answer. Indian space program began in the year 1962, where the ISRO was established, and then a lot many researchers were oriented, and then lot many events were persuaded and committed. 49. Bachpan Bachao Andolan, an organization to protect the rights of children, was founded by, and the right answer is Kailash Satyarthi. He was the founder of the Bachpan Bachao Andolan, and it was founded by Kailash Satyarthi, and the motive of the organization was to protect uh, the rights of the small children. The motive was to protect the right of the small children. Protect the rights of small children. So that is the right answer, Kailash Satyarthi. 50. The language of discourses of Gautam Buddha was. The language of discourses of Gautam Buddha was. The right answer is Pali. That is one of the ancient languages. That is one of the ancient languages of India. So that is going to be the right answer. The language called as Pali was the discourses of Gautam Buddha. Now the question of maths or the quantitative aptitude have come. The first question is, Anmol sold two items rupees 1000 each. On one he gained 10%, on another he lost 10%. How much did he gain or lose in the whole transaction? Okay, so whenever the selling price is same, and you receive a common profit or loss percent value, loss percent, that is here is 10%, and the SP is same, he has given as 1000 rupees. So there where you ultimately have a net loss, and the formula for that net loss can be simply, if you use directly, is the common profit oblique loss percentage value divided by 10 whole square percent. This is what is the net profit oblique loss. So let us use it. The net profit oblique loss is 10%. So we can use 10 by 10 whole square percent. That will be the ultimate loss or the net loss. And this comes out to be 1 square is 1% only. So in this deal, he has suffered a net loss of 1%. So the right answer is option B. Next question. The price of an item is decreased by 25%. What percent increase must be done in new price to get the original price? So if a price is reduced or the price of some article is reduced, so what should be the increment done in the reduced price so as to receive the older value back? That can be done using a formula also. Otherwise, we can do it by this also. As the prices are not given, let us say that the original price is 100 rupees. Okay, so the first thing had been done is the price of an item is decreased by 25%. So now the value would have become 75, and 25% minus 25% if removed from 100, that is coming out to be 75. So the new value is 75. Now what percent increase must be done in the new price? So 75 should be incremented by some percentage, let that percentage x percent. So 75 should be incremented by x percent of 75, that is x into 75 upon 100, and that should give you the original price. So original price was 100 again. So this is how we can solve using this equation. Okay, if we solve this equation, we can do something with the equation, and x is ultimately come out to be 100 by 3%, and that is nothing but 33 1 by 3%. So after the value has been changed, the ultimate value, to reach the ultimate value, there should be increment in the 33 1 by percent, or rather 1/3, and we can see that also 75 if added to 1/3 of 75, that is nothing but 25, we get to receive the 100 only. So that is, we are receiving the original price. So 1/3 or the 33 1 by 3% is the right answer. Now the next is A's salary is 50% more than B's. How much percent is B's salary less than A? So this can be done using a direct formula. If A is 50% more than B, or if A is R percent more than B. So if they ask B is how much percent, B is how much percent less than A, so there can be direct formula. What is that formula? R over 100 plus R into 100%. That should be the right answer. And this much should be less than how much percent less than A, and it has to be R by 100 plus R. So let us put the value. R here is 50, 100 plus R is going to be 150 into 100%. This much is your B lesser than A percent. If you solve this, this is gone like this 3, so it comes out to be 100 by 3%. So your B is 100 by 3 lesser than A, or we can convert into mixed fraction, that is 33 1 by 3%. So the right answer is option D. Next, in Arun's opinion, his weight is greater than 65 kg but less than 72 kg. His brother does not agree and he thinks a different way. So let us keep on making the weight. Let the weight is x. So the first opinion says that it has to be greater than 65 kg. So let us make an equation greater than 65 kg but less than 72. So let us make a symbol like this. So this is the first person's opinion, Arun's opinion. Let's have the second person's opinion. His brother does not agree with Arun and he thinks that Arun's weight is greater than 60 but lesser than 70. So in his brother's opinion, it has to be greater than 60 and has to be lesser than 70. Third one he says his mother's view is that his weight cannot be greater than 68 kg. So it cannot be greater than 68 kg. So x has to be greater than, not be greater than, but it may be equal to 68 kg. So we'll put a sign of equal to also 68 kg. So these are the three statements. Then he says if all of them are correct, their estimation, what is the average of different probable weights of Arun? So let us see which weight is coming common, which all weights are coming common. 65 to 72, 60 to 70. So obviously it has to be from these two, it has to be limited from 65 to 70. 65 to 70. Then if we include this also, then it gives you lesser than 68. So there can be three values, 65 to 72, and it has to be lesser than 68 or equal to 68. Then it has to be your 66, 67 and 68. These are the three values should be there because it has to be greater than 65 and lesser than or equal to 68. So the three values are there. And in the last one he is saying, and what is the average of different probable weights? So we have to find out the average of 66, 67, 68, though we don't need to find out because the average is always the center value. So 66, 67 plus 68 divided by 3 if you do, we can again receive the 67 because that is the mid value only. So the right answer is 67 kg and option number A is right. Let us go to the next question. A train 150-meter long is running at a speed of 68 km per hour. In what time will it pass a man who is running at 8 km per hour in the same direction? So when the direction is same, then the formula for time can be calculated as length of the train or the objects added divided by, if the direction is same, so the speed has to be minus. So the relative speed is the subtraction of the two speeds. So this is the formula when the two objects cross in the same direction. L being the length, S1 and S2 being the speeds of the two objects, and T is the time taken. So if we put the values inside, time taken is to be required. Length 1 is the length of the train 150 plus other object length, that is the man. So length of the man in comparison to the train is always 0 or negligible. So we will keep it as 0 divided by S1 minus S2. This S1 is the speed of the train 68 minus speed of the man, that is 8, and obviously this is in kilometer per hour, so we need to convert this into meter per second. 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. This is the formula that we use. 1 kilometer per hour equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. So 68 minus 8 into 5, and let us send the 18 up. That's how it will be divided by 5 by 18, multiplied by 5 by 18. So if we solve this further, this is 150 divided by 60 into 5, and the 18 is on the top. So if you cut the numbers, this will give you something. 530, 30 is 2. So it is coming out to be 9 seconds. The time value is 9 seconds. So that is the right answer, option number C. A and B can do a piece of work in 30 days, while B and C can do the same work in 24 days, and C and A can do it in 20 days. So let us make the equation first. We are dealing in 1 day work, okay? So A plus B can do a work in 30 days. So A plus B's 1 day work is 1 by 30. B plus C can do the same work in 24 days. So B plus C's 1 day work is simply going to be the multiplicative number, that is 1 by 24. C plus A can do a work in 20 days. So C plus A's 1 day work is simply 1 by 20. And he's supposed to tell us that after 10 days B and C leave. So we need to, and they started all together. So we need to find out A plus B plus C all together. So if you add these three equations, twice of A plus B plus C is going to be, take the LCM as LCM 30, 24, and your 20 is going to be 120. 34 ja 120, 24 5, and 20 into 6. So this is coming as 15 by 120. If you solve this further, this is coming as 1 by 8, and there is this twice there, so it has to come down here. So A plus B plus C is actually equal to 1 upon 16. So A plus B's 1 day work is 1 upon 16. Now in the next line he has said they all work together for 10 days. So if A plus B plus C's 1 day work is 1 by 16, how much is their 10 days work? The 10 days work is going to be 10 times 1 by 16, that is 10 by 16, that is nothing but 5 by 8. So this much of the work has been done away. Now how much work is left? The remaining work. Always we take the whole work as 1 unit. So the remaining work is 1 minus 5 by 8. That gives us 3 by 8. That gives us 3 by 8. So this is the remaining work that has to be finished. Let us see who has to finish this. He said B and C leave. So only A has to finish this remaining work. What is the capacity of A? If A is given one work, he completes it in how many days? We are supposed to find out that. For that, what we'll do, A's 1 day work can be found out as A plus B plus C's 1 day work minus B plus C's 1 day work. This is how the A's 1 day work can be found out. How much is A plus B plus C's combined 1 day work is 1 by 8 minus B plus C combined 1 day work is given as 1 by 24. So it is 1 by 8 minus 1 by 24. If we solve this, taking the LCM as 24, it has to be 3 minus 1, that is 2 by 24. And if we cut this, 2 by 24 gives us 1 by 12. So A's 1 day work is coming out to be 1 by 12, or A can finish a task in 12 days. How much task is to be finished by A? Let us see that. If A is given a one work, how much time does it take? It takes 12 days to finish it. How much work is to be finished by A is not 1. It has to finish 3 by 8 of work. So how much time will A take to finish 3 by 8 work? it has to be 12 into 3 by 8. If you solve this, 4 3 ja 12 and 4 2 ja 8, it has to be 9 by 2. So A has to take this 9 by 2. Okay. Okay, so A and B can do a piece of work in 30 days, B and C can do a piece of work in 24 days, C and A does it in 20 days. They all work together for 10 days. When B and C leave, how many more days will A take to finish the remaining work? Okay, so let us see. The first thing is A and B can do a piece of work in 30 days. So A plus B's total 1 day work, A plus B's total 1 day work is how much? Is simply 1 by 30. Similarly, B and C can do it in 24 days. So we can say B plus C's 1 day work is 1 by 24. C plus A can complete the work in 20 days. So we can say one day work of C plus A is going to be 1 by 20. Now, if we want to know the combined 1 day work of all of them together, so we need to add all these three equations. If we add, we're going to get on the left hand side twice of A plus B plus C is equal to, and if we take the LCM of 30, 24, 20, the LCM is 120, and it's going to be 4. 24 with 120 is 5, and 20 with 120 is 6. If we add, this becomes 9 plus 6, 15 by 120, and that is nothing but 1 by 8. Okay, so twice it is 1 by 8. So for A plus B plus C, it has to be A plus B plus C, it has to be simply 1 by 16. So that is the combined 1 day work of A plus B plus C together. Now we want to know uh, that they have left after 10 days. Who all have left? B and C have left after 10 days. So that means they all would have worked till 10 days. So if the 1 day work is 1 by 16, how much is 10 days work of all of them together is simply 10 by 16. That gives me 5 by 8. So after 10 days, 5 by 8 of the work has been finished. How much is the remaining work now? How much is the remaining work now? See, for the remaining work, we always take the combined work unit as 1. So the remaining work would have been 1 minus 5 by 8, because the 5 by 8 work has been already finished up. So the remaining work would have been 1 minus 5 by 8. If I solve this comes out to be simply 3 by 8. So 3 by 8 is the work unit left that is to be done. And who is supposed to do this? As they said that B and C leave, so only A is there. Well, now what is the value of A? What is the 1 day work of A? To find out the 1 day work of A, what we are supposed to do? We can do A plus B plus C's 1 day work minus B plus C's 1 day work. If we able to do this, then we can find out the A's 1 day work. So A plus B plus C combined 1 day work was here. That was 1 by 16. So I'm going to use this 1 by 16 here, minus B plus C combined 1 day work was 1 by 24 as given here. So 1 upon 16 minus 1 upon 24. This is what I am supposed to perform. So the LCM for this can be taken as can be taken as 96. 16 6 ja is 96, 24 4 ja is 96. So it has to be 2 by 96. That is nothing but 1 by 48. Has to be 1 by 48. So this much is the work done by A in 1 day. 1 day work is 1 by 48. Now, if I want to know how many more days will A take to finish the remaining work, A's capacity is he does completes one work in 48 days. So the remaining work is 3 by 8. So he will finish the remaining work, that is A's 3 by 8 work will be done by how many days? In how many days is simply 48 into 3 by 8. That is going to be 18. That is 18 days. Okay, so that seems to be the answer. That is 18 days in which the A will complete the remaining work. So this is how we progress the time and work question. Okay. Now, the next is a sum was invested for 3 years at simple interest at a certain rate. Had it been invested for 4% higher rate of interest, it would have fetched 600 more. The sum is. So see, the simple formula for simple interest is P into R into T upon 100. That is the simplest formula. Okay. And if you want to know the amount we are supposed to add, the formula for amount is we are supposed to add principal to the simple interest value. This is what it is. So here is a comparison of simple interest has been given. So the first simple interest is calculated by that the rate of the is, if the rate would have been 4% higher, what would have been the difference? So we can write like this: SI with rate percent 4% higher minus SI at normal rate percent, which was used earlier. This difference he is saying is 600 rupees. So SI with 4% higher rate minus SI with normal R rate, the difference is 600. So we're going to use this simple interest with R plus 4. So for that we need a principal value. The principal value is not given, so let us take it P into, in place of rate we'll keep R plus 4, into T, the time is 3 upon 100. That is the principal for 4% higher rate, in interest for 4% higher rate, minus principal into rate value is not known, time is again 3 by 100, and this value comes out to be, he says, 600. So this is how we can frame the equation out of this. Now if we take things common, then this is going to be P into 3 upon 100. And if you take the difference, R plus 4 minus R is going to be 4. And this value is at the last 600. If we solve this equation, the P value is coming out to be 5,000 rupees. Okay, so the principal is 5,000 rupees. That is the answer. Next, the difference between simple interest and compound interest compounded annually on a certain sum of money for 2 years at 4% per annum is rupees 1. The sum in rupees. This time, he has given the difference of compound interest and simple interest. That is compound interest for 2 years only at the rate of 4% only, minus the same simple interest for the same 2 years at the rate of same 4% per annum. The difference is given out to be 1, and he is wanting us to calculate the principal value. So see, for if it is a 2-year scene, if it is a difference of 2 year required, so there can be a formula used. Difference for 2 years can be directly calculated using a formula. That is, formula is P into R by 100 whole square. This is what is the formula: P into R by 100 whole square. This formula is only for the case when difference of 2 years is to be fetched. If the difference of more than 2 years or less than 2 years is to be fetched, then this formula should not work. So if we use this formula, as the difference for 2 years is only supposed to be calculated, so let us find out. Difference is already given as rupees 1 is equal to principal value is unknown, rate value is given as 4% divided by 100 whole square. If we solve this, we'll end up is equal to this, how much? P 4 by 100 is 1 by 25. So this lands up as 625. The principal value is 1 by 25 whole square. So that is 625. So the principal value comes out to be 625 rupees. That is the right answer, option number A. Otherwise also, if this formula is not to be brought into the picture, then we can use the conventional method. Compound interest for 2 years at 4% per annum would have been, the formula for compound interest is principal, that is, you're supposed to subtract from amount the principal value, P into 1 plus 4 upon 100 power 2. This would have been the amount, minus principal again. So this much will be the CI. This much will be the first term that is part of this. This much will be the first term. Okay. Minus simple interest is the very simple formula, P into 4 into time is 2 upon 100. And this will be the simple interest value. If we don't want to use the formula, this will be the simple interest value is equal to 1. And we are supposed to solve this big equation. So if it is for 2-year case only, then we can simply use the formula given above rather than doing this large calculation. 59. The question says, a man rose to a place 48-kilometer distant and comes back in 14 hours. He finds that he can row 4 kilometer with the stream in the same time as 3 kilometer against the stream. Okay, this is what is the situation given. So let us find out what. Let me have a point A and then let me have a point B on the upstream side. What is happening is the distance between these 2 points is 48 kilometer. What is the traveler doing? Traveler is going from A to B and coming back at the point A. And this particular journey is completed in 14 hours time. So the total time taken for to and fro journeys, up and down journeys, 14 hours. So what we can write, time is distance over speed. So total time taken is 14. So we can write 14 is equal to, let the distance is already given 48 divided by, now the first distance is covered upstream side. So let me take the upstream speed as S up plus 48 distance upon time. The distance is 48, time is equal to distance over speed. Distance is 48, speed is, let me take the downstream speed, the down travel, the speed of the down travel, let me take as SD. So this is my first equation, becomes 14 is equal to 48 by S up plus 48 by SD. We're going to use this equation later on. First of all, there is a ratio given, finds that he can row 4 km with the stream in the same time as 3 km up the stream. So we can easily find out that the ratio of speed down to speed up is simply given as 4 is to 3. In the same time it travels 4, in the same time it travels 3. So the ratio of speed down to speed up is given as 4 is to 3. So let me take the speed down or the downstream speed as 4x, and let me take the upstream speed as, at the same time let me take the upstream speed as 3x. So now I'm going to use SD and S up value in the above equation. So 14 is equal to 48 by 4x plus 48 by 3x. This is what the equation becomes. Okay, if I want to solve this, what all I can do, this 48 can be eliminated and becomes 7. So we can write 7 is equal to 24 can be taken common, 1 by 4x plus 1 by 3x. This is how it becomes. And then if I simplify this for x, I ultimately achieve x value to be, I ultimately achieve the x value to be 1, that is x value to be 2 rather, x value to be 2. So this is the final value that I receive as x. Now, the question is given as a man rose to a place 48-kilometer distance. A man rose to a place 48-kilometer distance and comes back in 14 hours. He finds that he can row 4 km with the stream in the same time as 3 km against the stream. The rate of stream is, so as we are supposed to use, there is a time given to us, so we can have 2 points inside the river. One is A, one is B. The distance is 48 km only, that is given already. So what is he doing? He's traveling from A to B, that is upstream side, and then coming back. The total time taken in the to and fro journey is given out to be 14 hours. So we're going to make use of this, that is the downstream travel and the upstream travel time. Downstream travel time plus upstream travel time should be 14 hours. Now I have a thing, time is equal to distance over speed. So I'm going to make use of this, time is equal to distance over speed. Now time value for the down upstream journey, first of all it has been upstream journey. So upstream journey, distance upon time, so distance is 48, distance over speed rather, distance is 48. How much is the speed? Speed value, let me take as for the upstream side is, let us have S up. Okay, plus the similarly he has traveled downside also, distance over speed, that is 48 by S down. Okay, this is the total time, and this total time is already given to be 14 hours. We're going to make use of this equation later. So this is the first equation that has been formed. Time is equal to upstream time plus downstream time is total time as 14 hours. Now there is a thing given that the time taken in rowing the distance of 4 km with the stream, that is downstream, is the same as the time taken traveling against the stream, 3 km. So simply we can understand the ratio between down speed and up speed is given in terms of 4 is to 3. So let us assume that S down is 4x and let us assume that S up is 3x. Let us assume like that, and we can use directly in the equation now. So let me put the values inside the equation. So it becomes 48 by down was 3x plus 48 by up was 4x is equal to 14 hours. This was the thing. Now see, if we want to solve this equation, we can simplify 14 and 48 by cutting them together. So it becomes 24 taken common, 1 upon 3x plus 1 upon 4x is equal to the 7 on this side. And if you want to solve this equation, the last value of x comes out to be finally as x value is coming out to be 2. If I solving this equation, we can find out the last value of x is coming out to be 2. Now with this 2, I can find out the downstream and upstream speed. The downstream speed simply becomes 4 to the 8 and upstream speed simply becomes 3 to the 6. So these are the downstream and upstream speed. He wanted us to calculate the rate of stream is. So the rate of stream can be found out. Rate of stream can be find out as the downstream speed minus the upstream speed. This is how the rate of stream is found out. Downstream speed minus the upstream speed, and half of that also done. Downstream speed minus upstream speed, and half of that is also done. So if we put the values, it is half of 8 minus 6. That is going to be 1 kilometer per hour. So this is the rate of the stream calculated finally, 1 kilometer per hour. So option number A is right. Next, if the incomes of Ram and Sham are in the ratio 3:4 and their expenditures are in the ratio 4:5, find the ratio of their savings, given that Sham saves a third. A third means one third. A third means one third of his income. So how we can do this question? We can simply assume some number rather than doing it with x. We can simply assume some numbers, and using those numbers only we can solve the equation. Okay, so let me assume the let the incomes let me assume like let the incomes are in the multiples of let the incomes are in the multiples of 3000. Okay, we can take anything that the incomes are in the multiple of 3000. So the incomes become what? The ratio of the income was 3:4. So the income of Ram is to Sham becomes how much? Is 3000 into 3, that is 9000, and 3000 into 4, that is 12,000. These are the two incomes of Ram and Sham together. Now what he's saying is saving of Sham. Saving of Sham is one third of his income. So how much is the saving of Sham? If you see, saving of Sham is one third of the income. This is what has been said. This is what has been said. So it is one third of the income of Sham is 12,000. That is 12,000. So it gives me 4,000. So this is what he is able to save, the value of 4,000 rupees, 4,000. Now let's just find out on the other side. This is the 4,000 is the saving. What is happening on the other side? Expenditure. We are supposed to find out the ratio of, and their expenditure and the ratio 4:5. Find their savings. So saving of the Sham has been already logged as 4,000, but the ratio of Sham's saving to Ram's saving was 4:5. Expenditures ratio was 4:5. So if the saving is 4,000, what is the expenditure? Expenditure of Sham is how much? If you see the expenditure of Sham, that is going to be, his income was 12,000. So the expenditure was 12,000 minus the saving part, that is 4,000. So it is ultimately 8,000. So this is what he is able to expend. And now there is a ratio given of expenditure. Expenditure ratio is what? Expenditure ratio is 4:5. So we can easily say that the 5 part of this is 8,000. Let me say 5x is equal to 8,000. Okay, 4:5 has been distributed in any value is to 8,000. So simply the 5 part is 8,000. So if 5 part of some value or 5 times of something is 8,000, the x value comes out to be 1600. If using this x value, I can find out the fourth part also. So that is going to be expenditure of Ram is going to be 4 into 1600, that is nothing but 6400. So expenditure of Ram becomes 6400. So how much is his saving? How much is the saving of Ram? We are supposed to subtract this of his expenditure from the income. His income was, if you see, it is already given that his income was 9000 minus 6400. That comes out to be 2600. So this is the saving of Ram, and he has asked us to find out the ratio of savings of Ram and Sham in the same order. Ram savings is to Sham saving. This is what we are supposed to give him. So we have already calculated Sham saving as, our Sham saving was 4,000 and Ram saving is 2600. So let us put the values. 2600 is to 4,000. If we solve this, this ultimately lands up as 13:20. So that is the right ratio of Ram saving to Sham saving. Answer is B, 13:20. Now A does 1 by 2 as much as work as B, and C does 1 by 2, this is a gap, and C does 1 by 2, that is half as much as work as A and B together. If C alone can finish the work in 40 days, then together all will finish the work in how many days? So let us see the first thing. He says A does half as much as work as B. So let me say A's 1 day work is simply half of B's 1 day work. This is what is the first line suggest. Half of B's 1 day work. This is what is the first line suggest. So let me say, let's say A's 1 day work is 1 by X, So B's one day work should be how much? B's one day work should be how much? See, A's one day work is half of B's one day work. That means B's one day work should be double of A's one day work. So B's one day work should be twice of one day work of A, that is twice of 1 by x, that is going to be 2 by x. So if we add them, A plus B combined one day work, if we do like this, A plus B combined one day work is 2 by x plus 1 by x, that is simply 3 by x. So this is the combined one day work of A plus B. Then he says, in the next line, he says C does half as much as work as A and B together. So we can simply write C's one day work is going to be half as much as A plus B combined one day work. A plus B combined one day work. So we can simply take 1 by 2 of 3 by x. That is nothing but 3 by 2x. So this 3 by 2x is C's one day work. This 3 by 2x is C's one day work. But there in the line he has said C alone can finish the work in 40 days. So simply C's one day work is 1 by 40. And by our calculation, we have found out C's one day work is 3 by 2x. So obviously 3 by 2x is equal to 1 by 40. And if we solve this, we get x as 60. We get the value of x as 60. Now we can easily find out A's one day work and B's one day work using this x. So A's one day work is 1 upon 60 and B's one day work is 2 by 60, that is 2 by 60, that is nothing but 1 by 30. Okay. So this is for A and this both value for B. Okay, these both value are for B. And later he asked, then together all will finish the work in. So total one day work was already given, or I'm supposed to find out for A plus B plus C all. So C's one day work was how much? C's one day work was 1 by 40. So we need to add all three values. So A plus B plus C's one day work is supposed to get added. So it is 1 by 60 plus 1 by 30 plus C's one day work was 1 by 40. If we add them together, we are supposed to take an LCM. Let us take the LCM as 120. So if 120 is the LCM, this is 2, this is your 4, and this is your 3. So it becomes like 6 plus 3, 9 by 120. 9 by 120 is the total one day work of all of them together. Okay. If you solve this, this gives us 3 by 40. So this is the total one day work. So how many days will be taken together? If the one day work is 3 by 40, how many days will be required? Days will be just the multiplicative inverse, that is 40 by 3. How many days required? Just the multiplicative inverse, that is 40 by 3 days. If you simply solve this is going to be 31 by 3 days. 31 by 3 days is the right answer. So option B is correct. Now, next one. A container contains 40 liters of milk. From this container, 4 liters of milk was taken out and replaced by water. This process was repeated for the 2 times. That means the process was in all done 3 times. First time done and then repeated 2 times. In all it is done in 3 times. How much milk is now contained by the container? So for these kind of situation, you can have a direct formula. What is the direct formula is that remaining pure amount. Okay, the formula is like remaining pure amount. Okay, remaining pure amount or remaining pure quantity can be directly calculated as x time 1 minus y over x to the power n, where this x is the original quantity, pure quantity, original pure quantity. That is what is x. And for this case, the original pure quantity was 40 liter. Okay, what is the y value? The volume taken out. Y value is nothing but the volume that is taken out repeatedly. Okay, that one particular thing is y. Volume taken out is y. So for this case, y is 4 and n value is the count. How many times this has been done, that count is n. So for our case, it is 3. So let us use the directly value and then we can find out the remaining pure amount. So the remaining pure amount is going to be x is 40, 1 minus 4 by 40. That is 4 liter has been taken out repeatedly and n value is total 3. So if we solve this equation, this coming out to be 1 minus 1 by 10 cube. So this is nothing but 40 times, this is 9 into 9 into 9 over 10 into 10 into 10. This is how it goes. And the last value that lands up is 29.16 liters. 29.16 liter. That is the right answer. So we can directly use this formula to make it a ease. So the right answer is option number D. Next, a boat travels upstream from B to A and downstream from A to B in 3 hours. Upstream B to A and downstream A to B in 3 hours. The total time taken is 3 hours. So let us write upstream B to A. So B is here, A is here, and A and B. So the total time taken in this total journey is going to be 3 hours, as he said. If the speed of the boat in still water is 9, that is speed of the boat in still water SS is given as 9, and the speed of the current is nothing but the speed of the stream. So let me write S still for this, and S of stream for the rate of current or the stream speed, that is given as 3 km per hour. The distance between A and B is, you are supposed to find out the distance between A and B. So first of all, we are supposed to find out the upstream speed. Upstream speed is calculated as still water speed minus stream speed. This is how we calculate the upstream speed, and that becomes how much? 9 minus 3 is equal to 6. So this is the upstream speed. Now if you want to calculate the downstream speed, the formula is still water speed plus stream speed. This is how the downstream speed is calculated. So here it will be 9 plus 3, now that is going to be 12. So these are the downstream and the upstream speed already calculated. What is asking is asking the time required, the total distance traveled. So see, we are going to use the formula for time because the total time is already given. So time is equal to distance over speed. This is the simple formula. Total time has been taken up as 3 hours in both the journeys, in going upward also and going downward also. So if you go up, the time is distance over speed. Distance is unknown. The upstream speed is how much? Upstream speed is 6. Let me write the formulas first. Plus d over s down. So 3 is equal to, distance is unknown, s speed is 6, plus d over s speed down is 12. If we solve this equation for d, the ultimate value of d is coming out to be 12 kilometer. Ultimate value of d is coming out to be 12 kilometer. So that is going to be the right answer. That is d is equal to 12 kilometer. Okay, the next one, a sum of money lent out at simple interest amounts to rupees 720 after 2 years, rupees 1020 after further period of 5 years. The sum is. So how we can do this? The sum of money lent out at simple amounts to, it is becoming an amount. Amount is simply going to be principal plus simple interest. So principal remains same in the simple interest scheme. The principal plus SI for 2 years. SI for 2 years gives you an amount as 720, as he said. Then principal plus, he said, a further period of 5 years. So further period of 5 year means 5 years this and 2 added also. So SI for, it becomes 5 plus 2, 7 years is going to be 1020. So this is how the equation has been made. The total amount is 720 after 2 years. So the 720 has been taken. Total amount is 1020 for 7 years. So for further 5 years, that makes it 7 years for is 1020. If you subtract these two equations, you receive SI for your 5 years. SI for 5 years, if you subtract, is going to be 300. So SI for 1 year will be how much? SI for simply 1 year will be nothing but 300 by 5, that is going to be 60. How much is to be calculated? This is 60. He says the sum is the after for the sum is. So we are supposed to calculate for 2 first, so then we can equate. So your SI for 2 years is going to be how much? 120. This is the SI for 2 years. Now he said that principal plus SI for 2 years is 120. Let's put this into the equation number 1. So what does this give me? P plus SI for 2 years is 120 is going to be 720. So simply this gives me P value as 600. So this is how we calculate the principal value when the SI for multiple different years are given. So the right answer becomes rupees 600. That is the right answer. Option number B is the right answer. Next one, 65. He says present age of X and Y are in the ratio 7:5. 4 year hence the ratio of their ages become 11:9. What is the present age of Y? Okay, so let us take it like this. X and Y, the present ages are 7x and 5x, and 4 year hence, if you have 4 year hence, you need to add 4 to the present time. After 4 years, their ages will be 7x plus 4 and 5x plus 4, 4 added, and this time around, he says this time around the ratio becomes between them is 11:9. So we can say 7x plus 4 is to 5x plus 4 is 11:9. So we can solve this using our ratio technique. 7x plus 4 is to 5x plus 4 is going to be 11:9. You need to cross multiply. If we cross multiply, this gives us this is equal to 55x plus 44. If we solve this equation, this is giving us 8x is equal to 8. So x value coming out to be 1. What are we supposed to find out? What is the present age of y? The present age of y is your 5x. So if x is 1, then the present age of y becomes simply 5 years. So that is the right answer for this case. So this is it, the right answer. Option number C. Now, he says, what are we supposed to do in this question? In each of the following question, find out the alternative which will replace the. Okay, what are we supposed to do for question number 66 is, in each of the following question, find out the alternative which will replace the question mark. So whatever link is there between first two words, the same link should be there in the answer options, that is word 3 and 4. So let us find out the link between cerebrum and brain. See, cerebrum is nothing but the part of a brain. So we can say that, or we can say the other way around, the brain contains the cerebrum. So let us see the options. Aorta, hand, ligament, and blood. Ligaments are not contained by brain. Aorta is not contained by hand. Ventricle and heart, and country and universe. So the right answer should be ventricle and heart. It has to be a body part and it has to be contained in the second one. So the right answer is ventricle and body parts. Option number C is right. Next, in each of the following question, find out the same alternative which will replace the question mark. Whatever is the connection between wife and marriage, the same connection should be between third and fourth. So when you do marriage, then when you get a wife, this is what is the connection. So first is received when you do the second. Okay, so money is received. No, so bank money doesn't establish the same connection. Nationality, citizenship doesn't establish the same connection. The other way around. Service and qualification, this is the right one. If you have qualification, then you receive a service. So this has to be the right answer. Service, a qualification, service to qualification, that should be right, because if you have a qualification, then you will receive the service. As if you do the marriage, then only you'll receive a wife. So the C option is right. Next is same thing we have supposed to do, saddest and injury. So but we are supposed to know the meaning of saddest first. The meaning of saddest is who gives pain to others. The meaning of sadness is who gives pain to others. Okay, that is what is the word sadist means, who gives pain to others. So let us find out the connection between sadist and injury. So somebody who gives pain to others, and what, or pain or injury also he can give. Okay, he can give a pain to others or he can give an injury to others. So sadist is a person who causes injury. So this is what is the connection, a person who causes the B part. Okay, this is what is the connection. Let us see. Opportunities and generosity, they are two different things. Priest and church, they are found in church but they don't cause church. Dentist and teeth, dentist doesn't cause a teeth, that cures a teeth rather. Thief and robbery, this should be the right answer, because a thief causes robbery or thief does robbery. So option D is right answer. The same connection is set up. Next, licorice and carnal. Okay, these are the two words, licorice and carnal. So what is the meaning of licorice first? The meaning of licorice is showing or having excessive sexual desires. If somebody is having and or somebody is showing excessive sexual desires. Okay, if somebody is showing excessive sexual desires, that is what is the person referred to as lecherous. Now the next word is carnal. Okay, let us see what is the word carnal means. The word carnal means the same thing. Okay, it is the same word, it means the same meaning, excessive and sexual desires. So it seems to be that they are the synonym pairs. If you see at it carefully, they are the synonym pairs, the two are synonyms. So we are supposed to find out the two synonym there, and that will be the right option. If you see the words, the first word is viril. The word viril means a person having, a word viril means a person having strong energy, strong physical energy rather, strong strength, let us say strong strength, and that in terms of physical one. Okay, the strong physical strength a person has, that person is referred to as viril. What does the word feeble means? Feeble means lack of that. Okay, so feeble is just the opposite, person having lack of strength, person having lack of strength, that is what is feeble means. So they seem to be opposite of each other. So this cannot be the right answer. We are supposed to find out the synonyms. Now the word abuse, abuse means to say bad words to someone. The word diatribe, the word diatribe is also the similar meaning, that is bitter word attack. That is nothing but bitter word attacks. So this seems to be the right answer. Bitter word attack, and abuse means also saying bad words to someone. Let us see the other options as well. Impaired. The word impaired means nothing but to stop something or causing delay to something. Okay, that is what impaired means. What is begin? Begin is obviously to start something. So they seem to be the opposite of each other. So this cannot be a right answer. Next word is sunder. The word sunder means split apart. The word sunder means to split apart something, to separate something. The word link means to join something. So they seem to be opposite of each other. So this is also not the right answer. So the right answer is only option B, diatribe and abuse, because they refer to a person, they refer to a habit of saying bad words to other or doing a verbal attack. So that is the right answer, option B. Next, in the same thing, ignominy and disloyalty. These are the two words, ignominy or ignominy and disloyalty. What does ignominy means? Ignominy means nothing but public shame. If somebody receives a public shame, he is ashamed in public. That is what is called it. He has received ignominy. And what is disloyalty? If somebody is not loyal. Okay, this is opposite of disloyalty is nothing but opposite of loyalty. That is somebody is not honest to something. Opposite of loyalty, not honest, being not honest. So what we can suggest about this is ignominy might be received when you do disloyalty, or disloyalty causes ignominy. Okay, if you become a disloyal person, you might be suffering public shame. So disloyalty causes the ignominy, or the second word causes the first. Let us see the options. The first is victory and death. There should not be any connection. Martyr and man, there should not be any connection like that. Heroism and fame, this seems to be right. Let us have the last option as well. Destruction and victory. So victory and destruction are no connection having. So the right answer becomes fame and heroism, because heroism gives you a fame. If you become a hero, if you become famous, you already start getting fame. So heroism causes fame. So that should be the right answer, option C. Okay, the next word, next question, what we are supposed to do, if we see we see the question, in each of the following we have been given out three are alike some manner, and we are supposed to find out the odd one out, right? Rather, what we are supposed to do, there are some words given, four words are given. One out of them is odd, completely odd in the nature, that doesn't fit in the same pattern. So we are supposed to find out that odd one out. Let us look at the option first. Moth, bee, lizard, and aphid. See, if you look at carefully, and if you know this, that all of them are reptile. All of them are insects. The the moth, the bee, and the aphid, all of them fall in the category of insects. Okay, they fall in the category of insects, all three of these. Okay, lizard is the only word. Lizard is the only species that comes under a category of, or the species of, reptile. So the odd one is sea lizard, that is a reptile. Next, we are supposed to find out the odd one out. The words are tomato, gourd, brinjal, and potato. So if you have a closer look at this, the tomato is seems to be odd. Logic being, but tomato, gourd, brinjal, and potato. See, if you have a closer look at this, potato is the only vegetable in the group which grows under the ground. Okay, potato is the only one which grows under the ground. All of them, brinjal or gourd, are the fruit part of the plant, and tomato, all of them grow on the upper part of the plant. So that makes it sure that potato seems to be the odd one out. That should be the right answer, because it is the only one out of these four which grows under the ground. So D option is right. Next, in each of the following question, we are supposed to find out the odd one out. If you look at this, gold, silver, bronze, and iron. So the right answer is your C, bronze. Logic is, see, all of them, gold, silver, and your iron, they are chemical elements, and they are pure metals. All of them are, these are pure metals. Okay, all of these are pure metals, or otherwise the bronze. The left out one is bronze. That is not a pure metal. It is an alloy. Bronze is an alloy, and it is an alloy of primarily copper. Whose alloy it is? It is primarily an alloy of copper. Okay, so the answer is bronze. That is the odd one out. Other ones are pure metal. Only the bronze is the wrong one. Okay, so we seeing four words. We are supposed to check which of the four words is not matching with the other's profile, that which one is the odd one out. Okay, the first word is mendicant. Mendicant is somebody who does work of begging, who begs from people and then is able to eat. Ascetic. All these three words, ascetic, pious, and hermit, are related to religious activities. The person who are doing religious activities, those are called as ascetic. Okay, those who pray is called the person who prays is called a person who's ascetic. Pious is again a religious person. Hermit is again a person who is very religious in his activities and in his nature and who lives in solitude. Okay, hermit is a person who does religious activities and lives in a solitude. Ascetic is again a person who does prayer, and pious is another person related to religious activities. So only the word mendicant is odd because it means only begging. So the right answer is option A, which is odd out of them. Next is, again, we are supposed to find out the odd one out. If you look at the places, this is Bardoli, Bhadravati, Porbandar, and Champaran. So in except for option B, all these A, C, and D are related to Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, related to Mahatma Gandhi. Porbandar is a place in Gujarat where Mahatma Gandhi was born. Champaran is a place where he started an event or Andolan. But Bardoli is also a place where he started a movement or Andolan. Okay, only the Bhadravati is not the place related to Mahatma Gandhi. So that is the odd one out. Option B is the right answer. Okay, so what we are supposed to do in this particular question is, it is saying each of the following question consists of five figure mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 called the problem figure, followed by four other ABCD. Select a figure from amongst the answer figure which will continue the same series. So we have to tell the pattern. There has to be a pattern followed between 1 to 2, some pattern followed between 3 to 4. So we have to follow the same pattern and tell the next figure from 5 out of the option A, B, C, and D. So if you have a closer look at the pattern, what's going on here, so we can find out that in from figure 1 to 2, what is the change? The bottom part is also almost the same. What is happening is, if you look at this particular C shaped, this has been flipped, or rather the water image of this particular C has been taken and it has been flipped like this. Okay, the face has been towards down. If you see from 2 to 3, what's happening is, from 2 to 3, the inner one of the object has been taken as a water image of, and the face opens up now. Now from 3 to 4, what happens is, the right side, the right side outermost has been taken a mirror image of, or rather the water image of. And then the next step, the inner one has been taken the mirror image. Its mirror image has been taken like this. So we should, in the next step, we should go to the downside. We should go to the south side and flip the downmost one. And the downmost one is this one. So if we flip this, if we take the water image of this, the figure should be something with this kind of a shape in between. So if you have a closer look at the options given, so this kind of a look is there available in B and A, but there's a line pattern also going on. Each time the line is also getting shifted. Earlier the line was not available here. In the next step the line was not available here. In the next step the line was not available here. In the next step the line is not available here. So if you follow this pattern, the line should not be available on the righter one, so which is part B. So the answer B goes right. One more thing, outer part should be flipped, inner part should not be flipped. In option A, they have flipped the inner part also. So this is the reason why B is taken, not A is taken. At one step, only one part can be flipped, and that is what is happening in option B. So option B seems to be the right answer. So we go about option B, that is the right answer. Now, next question.
Now he's saying we are supposed to do again the same thing. We have to find out what will be the next figure. So if you have a closer look at the questions given, what's happening is from 1 to 2, what is happening, that ahead of this dot, ahead of this blank circle, there is a star placed ahead of blank circle. From 2 to 3, what is happening is behind the behind the hollow circle, there is a cross shaped, there is a cross has been placed. Now in the next line, what is happening is ahead of the star. See, this is the front part of the series. This is the tail part. Ahead of the star, there's a new sign placed that is equal to. In the next part, behind the tail, that is behind the cross, there should be a part placed. That is what is right triangle placed. That is with a triangle placed. So now in the next step, what should happen? Ahead of the equal to, there should be some new sign placed ahead of the equal to, and all the signs should follow the same order. So that's what is happening in option number C. If you have a closer look, see, ahead of equal to, there's a new sign placed as S, and the chain follows as the same way. See, equal to star, hollow circle, cross, and triangle, and that's what it is, equal to star, hollow circle, cross, and triangle. So option C becomes the right answer as it follows the same pattern. Next, now they are saying again the same thing is to be done. We have to tell the next figure that should come here. Okay, so if you have a closer look at this once again, what are they doing? From 1 to 2, see, they have placed this inner, the center figure to the left diagonal most position. And from 1 to 2, if you see this, they have placed the center figure to uh, no, no, no. What they have done is they have changed the location. They have changed the location from 1 to 2. See, the cross has come this way and the arrow has gone this way. Look at this. The cross has come to the leftmost top position, and the cross has gone to the rightmost top position. Similarly, is a swap between hollow circle and a plus. That plus has been gone to the left side, and the hollow circle has gone to the right side. That's what has happened from 1 to 2. If you have a closer look at 3 to 4, what is happening in 3 to 4? Again, the same thing. The cross is going to the right side, if you have seen, and the plus is going to the left side. Similarly, the square is going to the right side, and the circle is coming to the left side. And the inner one is taken a water image of. It is flipped upside down. Now we have to do the same thing from 5 to 6. So what should be the figure containing? The figure next containing should be the plus should be going on the right side from here to here. The dot should be coming here, and this rectangle should sorry, this arrow should go to this side, and this rectangle should come this side, and the center figure should be changed also. So now let us see, the center figure should be like this. If you take the water image of this also, the cross remains cross, so it should be similar. And one more thing, if you see from 1 to 2, the arrow has been inverted also. See, the arrow is facing down. If you see from, so the same thing should happen between 5 to 6 also. The arrow has was up here, facing up here. Now the arrow should face rather down. So this is our answer figure, and what does it match with? It match with option C. So that becomes the right answer. Now, what's happening in this one? If you have a closer look, see, they are doing what? They are bringing the they are bringing the left top figure inside and taking the cross outside, or rather, we should say there's a difference between this rectangle and this rectangle. This inside rectangle is seems to be rectangle. This one seems to be a square. So what actually they are doing is they are taking the center figure to our outside, and they are introducing a new figure in the center. That's what is happening in 3 to 4. They are taking the, now they, earlier they were doing with the left corner, now they are doing with the right corner. They did with the left corner, now they will be doing it with the right corner from 3 to 4. See, the uh, the the top corner one has come inside, and a new shape has been introduced on the right side. If you see this at the center, a new shape has been introduced, and this has been gone to this side from 3 to 4. So that same thing should happen between 5 to 6. What should happen is the new figure should be introduced. This center figure should go to the outside, and the outside one, and see, from 1 to 2 it was shifted on the top right. Now from 3 to 4 it was shifted between top bottom. Now it should be shifted between top left. So what should happen? This S should go, this particular S should, come, this particular S should come to this place, if you see this, what's happening is this S should go to the upper one and the cross should come in one. Now, what is happening in this figure? If you see, again, we have to do the same thing. We have to find the next figure. So let us observe between first and second. What are they doing? See, in the first to second, what they are doing is they are bringing this center figure to the leftmost corner, left top corner, and introducing a new figure inside. This is a rectangle. This is a square. So they are introducing a new figure in the center one and taking the center one to the leftmost left top corner. Now from 2 to 3, if you see, they are bringing a new figure inside. The new figure has been introduced at the center, and whatever was at the center has gone to the top right corner. See, the square has come here. Now between 3 to 4, what they are doing is, again, new figure being introduced at the center, and this equal to has gone on the bottom right position. Bottom right position. Okay, now the next one, what are they doing? Introducing a new figure inside, and this center figure which was equal to is has moved to left bottom corner. So what should happen in the next figure? That this new figure should be introduced at the center, and the center one should be shifted to the top right, top left. So what is that figure that is following the same pattern? Is figure B. See, the S has gone to the top left, and a new figure has been introduced at the center, that is plus. So this is the right answer, option B. Now, what's happening in 80 is, if you have a closer look at this, if you see this triangle, this circle has gone to cross, this cross has gone to equal to, and this equal to should come back to this. This is what is happening between 1 to 2. See, the circle has gone here, the triangle, the hollow circle, the equal to has gone, sorry, the hollow circle has gone here, the cross has gone at the bottom, and this cross has gone at the bottom, and this equal to which was here has gone here. So there is a shift between this triangle. So that's what should happen between 3 to 4 as well. Okay, that's what should happen between 3 to 4 as well. What's happening? See, the equal to is going here, shifted, S is going bottom, and this triangle is this equal to is getting shifted this side. The equal to getting this shifted this side, S has gone down, and the down one, the cross has gone to up. So it is shifted in a triangle. So that should happen between 5 to 6 also. This triangle's figure should be shifted, moved this way, this moved this way, and this moved this way. If you follow this pattern, it should follow the option C. See what all is happening. Everything is just getting shifted. Okay, if you just have a closer look at this, S should come at this place. This hollows dot should come this place, and this equal to should come down, which is the one which is following this thing. OS and equal to is being followed in B. OS and equal to is only followed in B. So answer option B is the right one. That OS equal to being followed this way in the triangle, and that's what is happening here. If you have a closer look, okay, it is being followed. That is the right answer. Now, what we are supposed to do in these type of question, if we read the instructions carefully, the thing is to be done is, see, there are some things given. For example, biology, zoology, and physics, and we have to, in the real world, we have to understand the connection between biology, zoology, and physics, and that real-time connection of these two terms should be reflected in terms of the diagram that is called as Venn diagram. So we need to understand that connection, and we need to see which out of A, B, C, or D represent the exact connection between biology, zoology, and physics. Okay, so if we look at this biology, zoology, and physics, so we can easily find out that two branches are related to each other. One branch is little different. So what is that connection? If you see carefully, that geology seems to be part of biology, or the vice versa. So it's simply geology is the branch of biology. Okay, zoology comes under biology, and physics is entirely different. So if zoology comes under biology, so this is how we can draw zoology and biology connection. And physics branch is completely different. So this should be the right answer. Zoology falling under biology, and physics should be completely out of it. So option number B seems to be right, representing the connection between these three things. Next, he says, which of the following shows best link between stamp, pen, and chalk? As we all know that all these things are way of writing something. Okay, but stamp, pen, and check have no connection in between them. They are completely different ways of writing, so there has to be three circles completely different from each other, representing stamp, pen, and chalk. And the diagram that matches with it is option C, stamp, pen, and chalk. So that is what is the right answer. Next one. Next one is, we are supposed to again find out the connection between doctors, human beings, and married people. So we can take it like that. Everybody is a human being. Every person is a human being. So human being has should be a big circle, and inside that human being should be lying the doctors. And some doctors can be married also. There can be some doctors who can be married. Obviously all doctors cannot be married. There can be bachelor doctors as well. So the connection that completes this particular connection should be this, that all of them are human beings and some doctors are married people. So the right answer is, representing this is, which one is representing D. So option D is completely right. Okay, so let's have the next one. Connection between factory, product, and machinery. If you have a closer look and a closer understanding, then obviously inside a factory you find both. Inside a factory you find a product and a machinery both, but they are not related. Factory and product and machinery, they are not related. You find machinery at a different place, you find the product at a different place. So the right answer should be matching with this particular thing, that is option D, factory, product, and machinery. Okay, so the option D is right answer. This is the diagram. Next is connection between singers, athletes, and girls. So we can say that there are three different professions, and rather, the two are the profession. One is the category of girls. Okay, so we can have these. See, some singers can be athlete, some athlete can be girls, some girls can be singers, some girls can be athlete, but not all can be covered in one. Okay, we cannot say that all singers are girls. We cannot say that all athlete are girl. We cannot say all girls are singer. We cannot say all. So there can be not a all connection, but there can be some connection. So what is that? Singer. Some singer can be athlete and some singer can be girls also. There is a portion here also depicted which tells us that there are some people, this shaded one represents that there are some individual who are singers also, athletes also, and girls also. So this should be the right connection, representing the connection. So the right answer becomes option C is right.
Okay, so what we are supposed to do in this question is we are supposed to find out the odd one out. Okay, if you see the patterns carefully, look at the pattern between B, C, and D. What is happening is all these figures, the hollow circle, the triangle, the cross, and the inverted C, all are facing towards the left side. Okay, in all the B, C, D, the figure are placed on the left side, but what is happening is figure A, in option A, the figures are on the right hand side, they are facing this way. Okay, so the option A is the only odd one out because the figures are shaping towards the right sides. So A is odd one out. Answer is option A. Next question. We are supposed to find out the odd one out again. If I have a closer look at the figures, see they have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 side, and there are 5 pins. There are 3 sides, there are 3 pins, 4 side, 4 pin, and 6 side, 6 pins. So this should not be any gap creating. But what is happening is if you have a closer look in figure B, in figure C, in figure D, all these pins are connected to the vertices. Okay, this is called all the pins are connected to the side. This is called a side, and these are called the vertices. Okay, the edges are called the vertices. In all the figure B, C, and D, the pins are connected to the sides. Pins are connected to the sides like that. But in option number A, the pins are connected not to the side but to that point or to that vertex. If you can see this, okay, the pins are connected to the side, not the side, but the pins are connected to the vertex or the edge of the polygon. So that's why option A becomes odd, because the pins connection should have been to the sides. Okay, option number, if you have the options, then the option number A is only odd. So option A is the right answer. Next question. We are again supposed to find the odd one out. Look at the options carefully, A, B, C, D. If you see it carefully, then whenever you have a closed box like that, there are open boxes, and then when you have a closed box like that, look at this is closed from this side, then in the closed box the outermost cell has got a dot like this. In the option A, the outermost cell has got a dot. In option B, the closed cell was this, and the outermost cell has got a dot. Look at this dot, outermost cell had got a dot. In the option, if we skip the option C, Yes, in option C also, if you see, this is the figure and the dot is placed here. It should have been placed on the outer side, it is placed here. What's happening in option D? It looks like this, and the dot is placed to the outermost cell. So D is also correct, B is also correct, and A is also correct. C is the wrong one because the dot should have been here, not here. So option C is the odd one out, and that is the right answer. Next question. If I have a closer look, we are supposed to find out the odd one out. What is happening is, if you follow these pins are, one pin is following the other one, and the other one is following towards the inclined part of the shape. This pin is following the other one is following the inclined part of the shape. This pin is following the other one is following the inclined part of the shape. What is happening in D? This pin is following this, but there is no inclined part here. So option D is the odd one out, but orientation of pins are wrong in the option D. So D is the odd one out. Now, what's happening in this one is, if you have a closer look at it, see, this is a figure where the vertices or the inner periphery is connected through lines. In this option, in C option also, inner periphery has been divided into different sectors using the connections of the lines. In D also, the inner periphery is connected like that, connected using lines. So this is also right. But in B, there is no internal connection. Okay, the peripheries are not getting connected because of any line. So option B is the odd one out only. So option B is the right answer. Next, what is happening is, we have to find out the odd one out. If you have a closer look between 1 to 2, what's happening is, here what we are supposed to do, whatever pattern is being followed from 1 to 2, the similar pattern we should follow between 3 to 4 and guess the fourth one. Okay, so we have to check what pattern is going on between 1 and 2. So if you see 1, that is a rectangle or a square. In 2, they have joined the diagonals, or they have joined the vertices, or like a diagonals have been created. Okay, so in 3 to 4 we should also connect the diagonal. So this is the shape that we have. If we try to join the diagonals, this is how the diagonals get joined. All the diagonals are joined, so it should look like the figure in the option D. When all the diagonals you join, this is how it should look like. This should be connected to this edge should be connected to this, all the vertices should be joined, all the diagonals should be created. So it matches in the option number D when you join all the diagonals. So answer is option number D. Now, what's happening in this question? 92. If you have a closer look at this between 1 and 2, what is he doing is, see where these two full dots are there, it is facing towards east, and if we move this two dot face 45 degree anti-clockwise, then our the whatever is the facing coming, there where our line should come, there where our this line should come. So that means we are supposed to shift the dotted connected figure 45 degree anti-clockwise. So, and this is the one thing that has happened. Another thing that they have done is, whatever is the center figure, they have just taken the water image of that or the mirror image of that, and they have connected over it. So this used to be an arrow. If you make a mirror image of this is an arrow, and it is pointing towards the same side that is achieved by turning 45 degree anti-clockwise. So let us have between 3 and 4. What is happening between 3 and 4? See, in 3, the filled dots are these. So this should be the thing which should be moved 45 degree anti-clockwise. This is facing north. If you make it move 45 degree anti-clockwise, this should start facing towards this with the hollow dots, because in the 1 to 2 also the filled dots were converted into hollow dots. So this is how it should look. So your figure should something be doing this, and then the center part should be completely inverted. In the center part, this is an inverted Z, so it should now look like a proper Z. Okay, so now it should like a proper Z, or what can I say, that this particular Z positioning is this way. If I take the image of this, then it should look like your either of this, either moving this way or this should go above side. So if you follow this particular option, then your figure should look like this, and this is nothing but is available in option number B. So that is the right answer, option B. Okay, can we have the next question, that is 93. What is happening in 93? If you have a closer look between 1 and 2, what all is happening? See, this is a filled leaf, this is a hollow leaf. In 2, what is he doing is, this hollow leaf has been shifted, taken a mirror image of, and shifted this way and filled, and this filled leaf has been brought down, taken a mirror image of, has been brought down like this, and it has made hollow. So the hollow one is made filled and the filled one is made hollow. This is the first change. And the next change is that they have taken the image of that, mirror image of that. So that's what we should do with our this thing. So if you have a closer look at this, let me draw this here for you. This is how it is, and this is how the hollow one is. This is a filled one rather. This is a filled one. So if you take the images of them, so this particular thing should come here as the image, as the hollow one, and this thing which is facing this way should come down and it should be filled, it should be completely filled. So the ultimate diagram that should match the option is, should be like this should be a filled one and this should be a hollow one. So it should look like this. Where is it matching? If we see the options carefully, option number D it matches with. So the right answer is simply option number D. Next question, 94. What is happening is, if you have a closer look at this in the 94th question, what they have done is, see, from 1 to 2, this was an arrow inside. The inside arrow has gone outside. The inside arrow has gone outside exactly at the position where the pin was. Okay, the inside arrow has gone outside exactly at the position where the pin was. So if you have a look at this, so the pin, this particular inside pin should be replaced by the position, replaced at a position where the arrow is. So the pin should be lying here. This is the first thing done. Okay, the internal pin should be taking the place of the outer arrow. This is the first thing. Now what was happening to the outer pin? The outer pin from 1 to 2, outer pin from 1 to 2 had taken a place. If you have a closer look, if you move your inner arrow 90 plus 90, 180 degree, and inverted, so this should be the new position for the outer shape inside. This is where the pin has come. So the similar thing we should do here also. The inner pin should move 90 degree, 180 degree. So this is 90 degree, this is 180 degree. So inner pin should come here and should be inverted. So inner pin should come here and should be inverted. There should be the place of arrow. So this is how your thing should look like. This should not be there, and this is how the thing should look like. Let us redraw this. This should be a pin and this should be the arrow. So this particular figure should be the right answer for us, and that is available in option number your D. So that is the right answer, option number D. 95. What is happening? We are again supposed to check from 1 to 2 what is happening. See, this is a T. In the one from 1 to 2, it has been taken a water image of it. Okay, so it has been shifted. So this T was lying there, now it is lying there. So they have shifted this. Okay, and there was single dot in there. Now they have taken two dots. So that's what we should do also with 3 to 4. And what else? Where there was single line, they have marked double line. So that's what we should do with our figure 3 also. This is our figure 3 looks like. First we should take the image of it. Okay, if we take the image of it, then what should it become? It should be facing like this. And then what should happen? Where the earlier dots were there, the dots location should be changed. The earlier dots were here, so dots location should be now this side, and single dots, and now there should be double dot, and there should be double line also. So this should be the shape of figure 4. This one should be the shape of figure 4 and is matching with which of the option? It is matching with option number C. So the right answer is option number C. Next one, what's happening in there? Okay, let us read the instruction. In each of the following questions, select a figure from amongst four alternatives which, when placed in blank space of figure X, would complete the pattern. So what out of A, B, C, D should be placed in the question mark location so that the pattern is completed? If you have a really close look at this, answer is very simple. It's going to be, see, what they have done is, from, if you follow from this side to this side, if you follow from this side to this side, the black part is replaced by hollow part and the hollow part is replaced by filled part. So that's what should happen here also. What should happen? If this should be the diagram first, and the hollow part should be on the upper side and the filled part should be on the downside. That then only I will be inverting, because in this one filled part is on the upper side and hollow part on the downside. So in this one, the hollow part should be on the upper side and the filled part should be on the downside. This is happening in which one out of them? This is happening in option number B. So the right answer become option B.
Again, we are supposed to do the same thing. We are supposed to check and tell which diagram should clearly complete the picture. So if I closer look at this, this is a S being made. If I have a look at this, this is a S being made, and the similar S is shifted like that. This is another S being made. So one S was this. Okay, so one S was this, and another S is moved like this. So they have moved like this. Okay, so what is happening in here is the S is placed like that. Should happen, and it should move like this. So their S should come shaping like this. And so if you check the options, where is your S is placed? Your S is placed like that in two of the options, like B and D. Okay, in two of the options, this your S should be placed like that. Now what's happening with the outer one? What happening with the corner one? The corner one's edge are from here to here. The corner one's edge were facing outside. Let me clean this first. Okay, if you see this, in this one the corner shape was facing the corner. This also corner one was facing the corner. In this one, corner one was inside. So again you should have a figure that where the corner ones should be inside. So that is matching with option number D. See, the corner ones are inside, so there should be a diagram matching with our character where the corner one should be moving facing towards inside thing. So that is option number D. Next one, again we are supposed to find out which particular figure will complete the pattern. So if a closer look at the S ones, these are the differently shaped S. If you see between this and this, there they have just taken the image of it. They have just taken the mirror image of it. So you can do the same thing with this particular shaped S also. If you take the mirror image, the S should be facing like this. A proper S should be facing like this in the rightmost corner. Okay, so it should be between option number C and D. There are the proper S placed like that. Now which out of option C and D, that we have to carefully look at that. So what should happen? See, this should complete like this arrow should go like this line should go like this, and there should be an edge coming also. So this is what is happening in option number D exactly, because in option number C you're seeing some random pattern inside which should not be there. There are clearly two triangles emerging, and that is happening only in option number D. So option D goes right. 99. What is happening in 99 is, if you have a closer look, okay, if you have a closer look, let us check. See what should be happening, that this should be this particular square should be completed like this. This your this is another kind of a shape going like this. So this should be like this, and this should complete the semicircles. Two semicircles should be completed like this, and then there should be a triangle. There should be a triangle going like that. There should be triangle going like that. So this should be the figure. These two dots like that. There should be triangle moving like that with the lines drawn like this, and then should be then these two lines coming this way. Okay, these two lines coming this way. So if you have a closer look at this, where is this figure particularly matching? This is matching with the option number D exactly. It is exactly matching with the option number D. See, we have two lines here, we have this particular shape here, and then we have a triangle and these lines shaped like this. So option number D becomes right. Now again we have to find out what should fill the question mark so that the pattern gets completed. If you have a closer look at this, what should be happening? This is a very well drawn diagram. So these lines should be these lines should be going like this, and then there should be a figure like this. To complete the pattern, there should be a figure like this moving, and then only it can complete the pattern. This particular line should come like this. Okay, making a flower like shaped here. So if you have a closer look at option A, B, C, and D, all these inclined lines are coming wheresoever it is matching the exactly one. If you have a closer look at B, so this should be the spot coming outside this, and this is the spot coming here like that. And there is one more, this petal kind of a shape should come here, that is coming in option B also. So option B matches it perfectly. This particular pattern should be there. See, this particular pattern is available in all of them, here also, here also, and here also. And this particular pattern is facing the corners. If you have a closer look, this particular pattern is facing the corners. So this is what is happening in B also. So the B matches with the diagram perfectly. So answer is option number B.